A big welcome to you, Leo. Now the moon is in your sign, and we had yesterday the beginning of 2021, and I could feel the energy of what's next, right? What is now? What are we gonna do with 2021? And it's interesting because we really hope that this new year is going to change, and if it is supposed to change, then each person has to start with themselves, right? And that will be that ripple effect, that will be that energy that we're all looking for, carried out by each individual, which then makes the masses. And I was feeling this energy yesterday, right? I myself felt, okay, what's next, right? And I could feel a certain confusion also within me, feeling a feeling of being a little lost, a feeling of what is all this about, right? And we rightfully should go there because the sun is in a feminine sign, and when the sun is in a feminine sign, like the Capricorn, the major arcana, the devil, we always associate that with a certain negativity, but negativity is just the yin of the yang. Negativity is just the opposite of positive. Negative means the dark, the fertile ground where we can plant the seed. As you can see here now in the Hermetic Tarot, we see the devil with its two horns pointing upwards, the bat, which is associated to the bird of the night, and also the pentagram pointing downwards to a world, to an earthly ground, to a celestial energy that we are attached to, that we are chained to. So it's not that we are per se attached to a person, that the devil exists as a person. The devil is basically saying, now this is an earth, a material, and this is really a material, earthly energy that brings also the darkest month. And when we have the darkest month, a lot of things happen to our psyche. Here again, Rider-Waite, who was in the Hermetic Tarot, Hermetic order, was a brotherhood. Again, he painted it as well as a devil, the wings of the bat now attached to the devil, the pentagram pointing to the third eye, and again, the head of the devil is the constellation Capricorn. Here we see the attachment of a tail by the male and the fruit, or this womb where the flame is creating the next generation. We're attached to this fertility ritual that we almost cannot get out of it, because there is this flame, there is this creativity, sexuality that is acting upon us. Here again, then Aleister Crowley also painted it with the tree of life in the back, with these two circles, which for me always looks very much like this sexual energy of a penis. And of course we have here the circle of Saturn, a bizarre world painted around. That's what happened when candles and light is on. And I can see in the back now the ladder, right? That is giving that shadow. So here is his energy. Now look at this card. I really like this one because it's telling us this is a feminine energy. This is a woman, right? This is the fertility that we need to create the next energy. She, the woman, is always dark. He, the man, is always light. Now, the interesting part, she painted a stair going into the reptilian brain back here. and we can also get out of it, right? We can go in and we can get out. We're not like here attached or chained to it's something that is even in our brain. Now, beautifully, also the horns are white, are reaching to the light. As we can see here, these big spirals up into the sky, right? And again, it's a celestial energy. She didn't really do the third eye. Okay, I mean, I would have maybe done something where there's a light coming out of the third eye so she can see, right? She can get out of this being bound to this fertility energy that we create the next generation. Now, I painted Nataraj Asana, the dancer pose, right? Because the dancer pose is the Greek god Pan for me. Capricorn is that wild side in us, is connected to sexual energy, to the dancing, to the frolicking, right? And the red heart attached to the dark dress, and here the light dress, the opposite, right? Touching the center, creating the Christmas star that happened this year after 800 years. The Jupiter and Saturn coming together in this month. And of course, they say it has moved finally after 20 years into Aquarius, though there's another school that says no, it still is in Capricorn. The sun rising above this game, right? A game of celestial spinnings and energies, and here the dark and here the light. The days getting lighter again. We're going opposite is Cancer into the longest day. This was the longest night, right? So the sun is in Capricorn. The sun is stationing there for this month, and the ego is connected, the extroverted side is connected to Capricorn. Now, the moon moved yesterday into your sign, but it was the first, so I took a day off because today and tomorrow still is the moon in your sign. And your sign is the Strength card. And again, the Strength card is also a feminine. So it's two feminine energies coming together. She's touching with her left hand the head of the lion being that wild side in us. And with her left hand, she's holding the cup of fire, right? Oops. She's holding the cup of fire, that energy, that sexual energy, that creativity that lies deep within all of the Leos, right? Leo is that creative. Then here the sign, for me it's always like a headset, so I think you're very much also connected to music. Then the flower underneath here, the white one, 5 petals, because you are the 5th zodiac sign. And as you can see also in front of the chest, the cross. Again, the cross is always a pagan symbol of spiritual and material, time and space. And in the center, literally the heart, right? The 4 elements and around space. So here the Hermetic Tarot. Then here again, he painted her also with the white dress. Orange, the Leo, yellow, the light, right? Because this is the summertime, and an infinity symbol because it's the 8th card of all the major arcana. Then we have Aleister Crowley, who actually brought this card to the number 11. He switches the Justice card with the Strength, and he says, no, this is actually reversed, right? So on the number 8 in Aleister Crowley, it's Justice, and the number 11 is the Lust, right? He calls it lust. The woman that sits on the Leo, she wants to be wild. She tames this wildness in her. She's not like controlling it. She's actually becoming one. Hold on one second, someone is calling me. funny, here I am again. We have a balcony downstairs and there's a door, and I kind of must have pushed down the handle a little bit, and my sister was locked out and she was calling me. So, okay, here I am. Anyway, so this is kind of like what he's saying, that we are attached to these two energies, right? Not even attached, they are needing each other. We need this pure, right? The pureness of course, this card, she's pure in white, and then the wild, this energy that they are almost one, right? They don't look like they're separate. She's not white. As you can see, she's totally one with the Leo and connected to it, and reaching up again to the light, reaching up to a higher consciousness. Then here in this new tarot, like the little devil, right? This is Mystic Monday. She painted the black and white tiger. And again, it shows that you are within you holding the secret of these opposite energy. Each card is showing the opposite energy different. One is day and night. One is just control and lust. And one is the balance, right? With justice. Each card shows us this evolution of, or not even evolution, this union between a dark and a light, between fire and water. Now, of course, in yoga, I painted the lion pose with the lion breath, right? Where you are sticking the tongue out, and in that breath lies that infinite inhale and exhale, right? The inhale goes up into the celestial, the exhale goes back down into the earth. And the red and the white roses, again, that sexual energy that's lying down here, that reaches up into the celestial, into this beautiful celestial energy. And of course, here is your constellation, almost looks like a sphinx, right? And I painted in front, I made her white, her dress white, and of course the cross with the 4-petaled flower in front of it, right? So this is your position. There is also a breath involved, right? So it's good for you to sometimes become a lion, to become this wild energy that is waiting to come out of you. Then if you, of course, born between the July 13 to August 12, you are the classical King of Wands. Here again, your card from the Hermetic Tarot. Then here we have the Rider-Waite, we have the Salamander, who's the only animal that can survive fire, and the Leo right in the back. Then we have Aleister Crowley's card here, the Chariot. For him, the kings are not kings yet. They're princes who are searching, who are looking for themselves, right? And then, of course, here the other card deck, this clear orange color for you. And then I found here another old where you are Krishna, which I thought was really cool, because I'm connecting always as much as I can the yoga practice to the tarot, right? Krishna is a form from God. Good. Now let's see. You are, of course, a fire sign, and on those days it is always warmer than usual. Then we like to eat protein on your days or on fire days. And the plant part is the fruit, right? I don't have a fruit here right now, but I have some leaves here. And then, of course, your body zone is the cardiovascular and your heart, right? So the heart is very much like something you need to look after. Cardiovascular, very good for you to also sweat, and you love to sweat, you love to run like the Leo does. And then, of course, in the organ systems, we have the sense organs are connected to you. Good. So the first card that came out is Gemini, right? The lovers. And with the lovers, as we can see, the card, usually the woman should be actually looking like this, right? Because she has her hair down. And again, the woman has the dark hair, but the light body, and the man has the dark body and already the white hair within its crown, right? So he is pointing to the light and she is the dark, and it's this union between dark and light. It is this union, this sexual energy, first and foremost within yourself, and then of course within a partner. So I can see that you are here in a very beautiful place, right? You are finding the lovers. And to love, to truly love yourself, is that you are working on loving yourself, or already you are deeply in love with yourself. Very beautiful, right? When I see this card, it is for me always at first self-love, and then of course the partner that we want, with whom we can be 100% ourselves, right? Very, very important. Okay, so since Gemini reading, or the full moon of Gemini, which is this card, I decided to shuffle in front of the camera so you can see how the cards come out. If one comes out, I keep it as one. If then 2 or 3 or 4 come out, I keep them in a row. It's almost like they're holding a message all by themselves. So the Gemini came out alone, which is again the sign that you are finding a self-love within you. You are finding also a love within a partner, in a relationship, right? That is here and that is with you. Okay, so next is the 2 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles is Jupiter in Capricorn. Capricorn, again, the black and white, the red and white, the duality, right? The number 2 is always associated to the High Priestess. And so here you are making a decision between these 2 fundamental energies. And I feel that you almost don't need to make a decision. It's like bring them together, knowing that this is a game of constantly spinning, right? One is the white, then is the red, the black and the white. Underneath there is the Tower, but reversed. Very interesting, right? So I'm going to look what the Tower means. Now, as you can see, she drew the lightning that comes down from heaven with a little heart inside. Now, when it's upside down, I'm going to have a look what that means. I'm going to read it so you can look at the card while it's upside. Actually, I put it at right. Shadow, the shadow side of this card is life becoming stale, refusing to change, fear of the unknown, avoiding a disaster, denial. Okay, so tense, right? So fear, refusing to change, that's what I feel is very clearly wanting to speak here, because this card, as you can see, if we turn it upside down, right, then it feels right with the hair. It's almost saying, yeah, now it's this, the darkness is like a shift, is something that wants to come down. But of course it was upright, so it's a positive energy. But because you have now these 2 coming together, it's letting me know that you somehow need to make a decision, right? But you don't want to change. But change is an oxymoron, because change is constant. We cannot avoid change. Change will always happen, right? So we'll keep these 2 together. the Two of Pentacles, of course, with the Earth, with the sign of the Earth, connecting us to the element Earth, right? So it's on a material level that you need to make a change. And of course, the Tower is Mars, right? That's like clearly Mars. Something is saying, you got to change, right? I will make it change in your love, in the way you love, in the way you thought love should be. But maybe love is now saying, well, let's shift. Well, let's change. Now, who came out is your counterpart, is the Queen of Wands. That's an Aries. And Aries, of course, is connected with Mars. So this creativity, this loving creativity, this loving tower, this loving breakup is igniting a spark within you, right? Is igniting a new creativity within you. I keep her next to the Tower because it feels significant that that's what's coming after. Okay, here we have the next one jumped out, and it's the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands, again, is Mars in Leo, is connected to you, right? Mars being that courage, right? Being that free will. It needs courage to bring these two energies together. Some people, they don't even want to bring it together. Here, it's not even courage. Here, it's the pattern of the fur is literally saying, we cohabit beautifully next to each other. The white needs the black so we can see that it exists, and the black needs the white so we can see that it exists. And so is this energy inside for of your card, right? These two energies coexist, and you somehow know how to do that, because when we place the two palms together, we protect ourselves against energies or people or actions that are attacking us, right? That are pointing at us. And she's in her bubble because she protects herself with the two opposites, the right hand and the left hand, coming together, right? The masculine and the feminine. So it's always important, what do they hold? In which hand do they hold the energy, right? In her right hand, she holds the light. In her left arm, she holds the tool that creates the light, the staff, right? A staff is always action, is always energy. So you know very clearly, and it's coming almost underneath, because these two are, when you bring these two energies perfectly together into this namaste, you can protect yourself against anything that will attack you, anything that will come into our lives to challenge us, right? Action, people doing things that we might not like, right? It's normal. Sometimes we don't like how people behave, no matter what. It's accepting, again, the opposite. It's accepting the dark, or the red and the white, right? The dark and the light, like with the Gemini card. So if you stay connected to yourself, within yourself, no one can do anything to you, because it's almost like you don't need to get upset when someone is doing something that you don't like. It's part of the game. It's part of a game of dark and light. Everything in this world is a big game of playing with these energies, playing with the opposite. Without the opposite, we wouldn't have free will, right? And you have the free will to just place your two palms together, and instantly you're protected. Instantly you are showing us that you are above these two energies. And being above these two energies means that you have understood that you're not wanting to play the game of good and bad, right and left, inhale and exhale, because you know inhale and exhale belong to the same loop, belong to one infinite energy that is spiraling, that is circling, that is simply there, right? And I just got the idea to paint this card different. Yeah, it's good because that's why I do this video, so I can create my own tarot deck, right? I'm painting them again. I paint them again and again and again until I feel that's the one, right? So also, I'm not a painter. I mean, like, these cards are beautifully painted, right? I cannot do this. So I do it my way, right? And I hope, let's see, you know, what's going to come out of that. Okay, so you know how to protect yourself, right? Against forces that sometimes are part of your world, because this is Mars in Leo. And Mars in Leo, again, the courage, right? To have the courage to go out into the world and say, I have this passion. And the wand is very much passion, right? This is big passion. Passion of also understanding that the material world completely functions within these two. Of course, then on a spiritual level, it goes deeper, right? Still light and the dark coming down from heaven. It's almost like, because it's upside down, it's saying the earth, the negativity, the devil card in the sun, right? The devil in the sun, meaning the Capricorn, a dark sign, a feminine sign, the sun is in that, makes us the earth come down, makes us reverse a card and see this card from a different perspective than if it would be upright. Upright, it's already intense, but reverse, it's saying even the earth is shaking underneath you, right? So to get you to create something new, even though you have to protect yourself. I almost feel like I need to put her next to her, because she got the idea and now she's like, okay, now people attacking her and saying, yeah, you could have done it like this. Oh, you should do it like this. And she's like, no, I do it my way. Because the 7 is connected to the Chariot, to the Cancer card, which is opposite the Capricorn card, right? It's the longest day, and now we had the longest night. Yeah, it's next to it, and she looks at the Queen of Wands and says, I have this idea and I will make it happen. No one will disturb me, no one will interrupt me, I'm going for it. And of course, it's beautiful because usually the woman is dark, right? In the energy, she is the dark, fertile ground, and he is the light. But she did it again in an opposite, in an oxymoron way, where he gets the white hair in his head, but he's a dark-skinned person, and she's a light-skinned person, but she has the dark hair, right? Beautiful. Okay, so now we got the 6 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups is Sun in Scorpio. And when the Sun is in Scorpio, we notice that we want to go deeper, right? We remember something in our childhood, and here, of course, it's something positive, right? Maybe even a person comes from their childhood to you, or of course when we had a pet, right? It just reminds us of those days when we were so innocent and so pure and so light, and we want to bring something like that back to us. All right, Scorpio is always deep soul searching, deep loving, caring for oneself. And I think that's what you're ready to do. You're ready to really care for yourself because you got the Gemini, because you got the Lovers, right? And you are protecting yourself very clearly, right? You put in the 7 of Wands, you put the Namaste in front of your heart. And you know how to protect. You know how to create something that's helping you to remember those good days and live by them again, right? Even though the Tower, this being afraid of change. But look, I mean, the change happened even as I speak. With each inhale and with each exhale, the moment is different, right? There's a different moment, and again a different moment. Everything is shifting constantly, and we cannot stop it. Never. Exactly, it would be stale, right? If we don't understand that something has to change, it becomes stale, becomes old. I mean, you're not going to eat something that you cooked last year, which is only 2 days ago. We could say, all right, don't eat something from last year, but I just cooked it on Friday. Or like actually Thursday, right? But you don't eat something that's old, that's stale, that's, right, not good. I also see a lot of red. This is your color. A lot of hot energy, right? So you're very hot. Okay. And again, red and yellow. 10 of coins. And the 10 of coins is always Mercury in Virgo. And Mercury in Virgo is like there is a hope of financial stability, of a family, of a happy family that you belong to, that you created, right? You're like very much like a family man or a family woman. You love the family, right? And you can see it. And here, of course, is the tree of life, right? The Kabbalistic, the wild child of Jewish tradition. And yeah, you're making money if you go with this creative idea, right? If you allow the Tower to open you up so that you can get this idea, you'll be great. And maybe it comes out of your childhood. Something that you did in your childhood is remembering you. Why don't we do this anymore? And maybe you create this new idea and you will make a lot of money with that. This card is a philanthropist card, meaning if you make this amount of money, you need to give it back. You cannot hoard it. You need to give it back to the people around you. You need to create a non-profit organization, and you need to make sure that the money is circulating. Otherwise, it will stop and it will go away. Because these cards, they're just for a day, for a moment. Maybe you will come to an unexpected richness. Because right now, it's very interesting the way I laid them down. It's like this. So she is literally saying, bend over, right? Spin, turn around, right? Go down. Then it comes down. If you put your head down, if you literally say, yes, I'm letting go of my head, I'm letting go of my thinking, I'm putting my head down, then this energy can come down and really literally hit you with a financial, jackpot. Wow, here we go. That's it. That's the last card. So this idea that you maybe thought of in your past, right? This creative spark that wants to come down, and the universe is doing anything that you getting this idea. It's literally ripping and breaking you apart, right? Because you've been maybe too much back and forth and not really knowing that you can come into your center. But what comes after is the Queen of Wands, right? Is a very creative personality, entrepreneurial, right? Also the Aries card. And of course, the Seven of Wands always is Mars and Leo. So there is you finding a creativity, a great spark, and you are able to maybe find something from the past, bring it into the future and make a big amount of money, and then you own the world, right? You are literally saying yes to the world. Look at me, right? I can help. people to wake up, to grow. What's underneath? The Four of Wands. Then you can celebrate, right? Then the world can celebrate from this creative idea, from this financial success, right? That you have gotten by allowing the Tower to break you open. So maybe this already happened, right? Because the Tower is the crown chakra coming down. Corona has done something to you, has shifted you, and now you're awakening and saying, you know what? I am using my creativity and I protect myself. No matter what people say. Some people say, this is not good what you're doing. And you're like, who says so, right? Why? Why? The world is waiting for this. And a financial security and a financial richness is coming from this because it affects the whole world. And then if each person pays $1 about this idea that you have, right? Maybe from your childhood, go for it. Do it. Make it happen. I just want one card for the Tower, just to give me a little perspective. Right? I do see that it's necessary for this Tower to come to you. I do see that you need to wake up. I do see that you need to create this spark. Because then the money flows, then the money comes, and then the world is yours. But what exactly, right? What is it that needs, that you have to see that you can do this? What exactly is the Tower saying that you need to change, that you need to shift? For the Tower, I want one card for the Tower. Let's see. And of course the Four of Wands, it's like huge celebration. It's also a high time, which means Hochzeit, right, in German. And Hochzeit is like celebrating. It's like marriage, high time. And the Four of Wands, again, the Wands again is connected to Aries, is Venus in Aries. And Venus in Aries is relationship. And what I love about it is that underneath is the Chariot. I knew it when I pick up the card. Of course, there's another one. When you look at this, right, it's like there's not it's not a couple here, a man and a woman. It's like two women just enjoying themselves, right? Because Venus and Aries is saying, hey, there's a new energy coming. So I'm going to move the deck over and I leave the Chariot. I want you to see the Chariot. Success in bringing the two, the white and the black, together, right? It's this repeating pattern. White and dark skinned, right? White circle, red circle, right? And then here, white horse and black horse, and he does it with the third eye. So if you do this breath, if you do this deep lion breath, you can get there. But I want one card for the Tower. It's so funny. I left my sister outside and it's cold outside right now. And she was like, Sabina! And I was like, hey, who's calling me, right? It's dark out. And I was like, oops, I need to check. Maybe there's something to do with your reading, right? Someone is like, this Tower is saying, become aware, become conscious for the people around you. Thanks God it wasn't too long. I mean, she wasn't amused. She's like, you locked the door. I was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't even notice. Okay, so after this I do 3 more. If not, it's the card underneath the deck. And that's giving me an insight to the Tower. 1, 3. There's 3 cards coming for the Tower. And we also see what's at the bottom of the deck. Clear. Ace of Wands, Ace of Fire. There is a new idea that wants to come down. Very clear. And the 10 of Earth again. Oh my God. It's like you really have to listen to what's coming down. You need to listen because there is an incredible wealth waiting for you with this new idea. And look into your childhood. It has to do with your childhood. And what's underneath? The 5 of Earth. Oh my God. That's like the bare necessities, right? That's like, no, the 5 of Earth is Mercury in Taurus. And there we think we win and lose, but there's no real winning and losing. But it's exactly the half. So it either can, this idea can either make you very rich or actually make you disillusioned and not knowing where you belong to. Or also this Tower moment is literally saying, hey, you gotta dream bigger. Get out of this. This idea comes. Because sometimes we have to be careful, right? A lot of money can sometimes create havoc in people. They don't know how to handle it. They look at others and they like give them a hard time because they have a lot of money and they're doing whatever they want. But to really handle a lot of money in a good way, it's not easy, right? But there is a new idea. Something wants to come down. Okay, so let's see though what's on the bottom of this deck. Connecting, then wow, in the German reading there was also the High Priestess, but she was the first card that came out, and for you it's the last card, a higher spiritual energy. And this means then that you, with the 5 and with the 10 of coins, that you have to be just very awake to handle this money. Otherwise it does, this money, otherwise it does crazy things to you. And that's where the High Priestess is coming in. The High Priestess is saying, stay connected. The High Priestess is these 2 people within her, right? Is the High Priestess, is the white and the black horse within her. She's both. She's embodying the 2, and now we know the 2 of Pentacle, which is connected to the High Priestess, right? You got to learn to accept these 2 opposite energies. Without it, it's going to be tough for you, because that's what the message is. If you don't understand that black and white are equal, not one is negative and the other one is positive, and one we like and one we don't like. No, both of them are equal. You will never really reach a richness. You will also lose it again. That's it. But find this idea. Find it, because there's a lot of money that you can make for the world, and make it for the world, so the world is dancing, that the world is enjoying. Not just you. It's not anymore, how much money do I have? What do I do with the money? Awesome. Wow. Okay, that's it. That's the reading. Ah, my dear Leo, beautiful. Wishing you a beautiful new year. I mean, this is a great message, right? Love, money, creativity, the world, high time, success. But there's a tower. And that tower is necessary. Accept the tower, because he will change everything within you. Thank you for watching. Namaste.